Well, greetings gamers. This is Dr. Ayleen, the Gaming Doc, and this is your place and your space to have a seat, take a break, take a breath, chill out a little. And today is Tuesday, and choice is probably, other than getting your arm caught on things, choice is probably one of the most important things that we can have in life. Choice is one of the most important ways that we deal with what's going on, because while we cannot choose what goes on around us, we can choose how we respond to it. And I hope everyone is having a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, or night, wherever you are. And it is so exciting to have so many people from so many different places. And speaking of so many people from so many different places, we have JJ the Bunny in the house, aka, yes, I do this every time, deal with it, Hugs Bunny, aka Funny Bunny, aka Punny Bunny, aka the Jackalope. I'm trying to think, it's like how many nicknames. We're gonna build up nicknames, but thank you so much for being here, JJ. It's so good to see you. I hope you're having a lovely lunch, whether it's Sub, Panda Express, or you're trying something new. It's always wonderful to see that little name light up and that lovely little bunny emote. Y'all definitely show love to JJ for the bunny emotes, because they are absolutely, and oh my gosh, this thing keeps snagging me. So, so hi, how are you? I hope that, things are going good. Microwave carne asada. Oh my gosh, carne asada is like among the best. It is so good. It is. I'm sorry, I am like a carnivore by nature, and so anything with the word meat attached to the title is just like awesome in my book. So the reason I called today Tuesday, well, part of it is that, it is always, and in some days, every day is Tuesday, because, we talk about stuff that, kind of comes into my mind, and if somebody else wants to talk about something else, we do that. And I also kind of recently had, a lot of discussions with different people about choice. And so I figured, you know what? Let's talk a little bit about choice. Oh, before I do that, hold on. Yes, we click, we hunt and peck, we bam. Yes, JJ the Bunny shout out. Yay. Now JJ the Bunny is also a new alias, Busy Bunny. So Busy Bunny, whenever you stream, y'all want to follow him, because when he does get a chance to do it, it is something definitely worth seeing. Osteria! Yay! Welcome, Osteria! Wow, I'm getting faster at that. Yay! I think I spelled it right. I hope. Yes, I did. Yay, go me. So, anyway, talking about choice, talking about how we manage things, because one of the things that a lot of people feel is, at some point, and at some point we all feel it, a certain sense of helplessness. And helplessness can be really, really tricky, because while I always say that there's light and shadow to everything. There's a good side and a challenging side to everything. Hopelessness, it's like most people, it's like there's nothing good about hopelessness. There's nothing good about, reaching that point where it's just like, you feel completely disempowered. It's not easy to find, and yet there is a light side to it. And the light side to it is when we reach that point when we can no longer convince ourselves that everything is okay, or that we're okay when we're not. It is, the idea that we reach that place of honesty. Because sometimes we do have to be honest with ourselves. Sometimes we do. Cujo creates! Yay, everybody. Welcome to Cujo Creates, who has like such a fun stream. You definitely want to go and check that out as bam. So you definitely want to go and check him out. Check out his link, because it is, oh, I forgot to put the capital C on the end on the next one. I hope that doesn't screw things up. I hope capitalization doesn't count against me. But yeah, Cujo has an awesome stream and is a very, very talented artist. And you know, it's wonderful to see, because a lot of people think it's like, well, you know, it's just about gaming, or it's just about this. Oh, great. And it's always cool to see when streamers incorporate other pieces of creativity. Because, I mean, I consider gaming creativity. I consider gaming commentary creative. You can have the same game played by 10 different people, and it's always going to be a little bit different. And when people incorporate, especially stuff that they're passionate about, and bring it out and share it, it almost doesn't get better than that, because you can actually sit and watch somebody experiencing the joy of not only doing what they do, but sharing it. So definitely go give a click on that name, and you know, make sure you follow up, because you know, it also inspires that little bit of an artist in you. So but yeah, I was mentioning that, you know, it's like hopelessness actually can be a good thing, because what it does is it allows us to reach that place of honesty within ourselves, to admit that we haven't got things, to admit that a situation is worse, to admit that we need help. And we can't do that. You know, they always talk about hitting bottom, you know, for things like, you know, let's see, agreed. I told someone that I appreciate their art the other day when they were streaming a video game. Absolutely. Bag of Chips 101. Yay! Bag of Chips in the house. And they said, what I don't make art, I'm just playing a game. Yeah. You know, as a streamer, you're a creator, and what you create is art. Ding, 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 100%. Absolutely. And, you know, and that is a part of choosing. Oh, thank you, JJ. Mwah. Because when we choose how we perceive something, when we choose how something, you know, relates to our lives, and really most of the thing about our choice, the most challenging choices we have involve us, involve those things that maybe that we would like to change, but, you know, we don't quite know how. And it's a lot easier to pretend, well, but it's fine, it's no big deal, it's fine, when it's not fine, when it's not okay, when we're not okay. And, you know, I tell you, I am the queen of, I'm okay. And it took me years, and I'm old, it took me years to learn how to be okay with not being okay. And that I could choose to acknowledge that and then do something about it, as opposed to pretending that it, you know, it isn't a bad thing, and, you know, sit around, you know, watching, you know, fiddling while watching Rome burns. You know, for those of you who, you know, that's an old term, Google it. Guy named Nero. So, you know, the whole idea is, you know, there was an old saying, you know, you're like Nero watching Rome burn fiddling, and supposedly he was like playing a violin or something, and, you know, while the city was burning around him. You know, it's like, you know, playing shuffleboard on the Titanic as it's going down. Oh no, we're fine, everything is fine, when we're not fine. And oh, Oxens, how you doing? So good to see you. How are you? I hope you're having a good morning, afternoon, evening, or night, and I hope you're doing well. And, you know, it's like, yep. So, you know, it really is about how we choose to look at the things that happen. And one of the most valuable things we can do is choose to change a situation that no longer serves us. It's not saying that it never did. I mean, you know, people talk about, well, you know, Survival Steve! Survival Steve in the house! I'm well. Thanks for the shout out. And hey, Survival Steve, it's so good to see you here, folks. Good friend who has a really, really entertaining commentary, and it's always fun. Lately my life has been such that I have not been able to get as much time as I really want to just float on stream and check in on other folks' streams, but things are starting to settle out now, so I can get back into stuff. Hello. So, it is about choosing what you want to do about a situation you're in. Now, that doesn't mean that just by choosing it, it's going to happen. Of course not. It's going to take a lot of work. And there are times when it's going to be really disheartening. And there's times when it's going to be, when it's almost like, you're choosing between a bad option and a worse option. Then you just pick the least worst and go with it, and just know that no matter what, the situation will change. The saying that, what is it? The definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting a different result. And it's amazing. Infamous J.O., folks. Our new friend, Infamous J.O., who is, he's working on building that stream, working on building stuff up. Please, please, please go and give his channel some love. It's always so wonderful to support, folks who are these new rising stars in Twitch. And it is, just helping out because, everybody helps out each other. I love the way you put that. I'm getting away from using terminology of good and bad. The important thing is, does something serve you or not? Just because something serves you does not mean it's bad. Exactly. I mean, it's okay, just for myself. I had a very, very, thank you, Watsons. Awesome. It is, it's difficult for me because I had a very bad relationship with food because I used food to feel better. I used food because all of my favorite childhood memories dealt around food. So if I could eat enough, then, and it wasn't even about being hungry. I would just eat. Now, while it was not the healthiest choice, at that time, with the tools I had, it was the best choice I had. It was a survival thing, which doesn't make it bad. It just means, okay, that was one way that I dealt with things, but is it the best way for me to deal with things? And it took me a long time to figure out, well, no, it's not. And to be able to be okay with that doing that didn't make me a bad person. Being really heavy did not make me a bad person. It just made me someone who used the tools I had. And, for people who react to things from a primal point, it's like, no, that's their survival tool. The question is, are you ready to find some new tools? Are you ready to look at things that may give you an even better result than what you had? But, I usually try to discourage people from beating themselves up for choices that they make because it is the best choice that they make in that moment. And we only learn to make better choices from messing up. Honestly. What's the saying that smooth seas do not create great sailors? Which is true. It's only when we're really having to challenge ourselves that we end up, honing those skills. If everything went smoothly in your life and nothing ever challenged you, as soon as, be right back. Mwah. But as soon as we reach that point where, we just say, it's like, what? Okay, we can do this, calm down, we got to be honest, we haven't got it, but we can. I don't have to use those old tools. I can figure out some new ones. And, if, hey, see, Infamous, there's, see, and this is why I always say that, people who say they're nothing but, trolls and the badness on social media and especially on Twitch, I say, you know what? There are some awesome people. and they're there for each other and they help out. So yay, you know, happy to help out, Infamous. But, you know, it's like when we face challenges, and I know that everyone who is out there, you just have to find the right corner of the internet. Absolutely. I mean, there's light and shadow in everything. But when we're able to, you know, to say, you know what? Yeah, I messed up some stuff, but here's what I learned from it. Here's how I grew from it. And yeah, maybe some folks make the same mistake over and over and over again. They're just learning more ways to do it right. Basically, one large loving family. I'm telling you, it is, you know, when you connect up with awesome people like you know, like every name that's here, you know, these are all wonderful, wonderful folks who are out there every day doing something to leave the world a little better than it was when they woke up. And to me, you know, it doesn't get better than that. And it doesn't take doing something big. It doesn't take curing a disease. It doesn't take, you know, donating millions to charities. Well, and while all of those things would be really, really good, it doesn't take that. All it takes, sometimes the simplest thing of just having a good intention. Even when we just wake up and decide, you know what, the world is not so bad. Even if you don't say a single thing to a single person, I believe that that thought, you know what, the world isn't so bad. I think that that changes things. I think that that becomes a part of an energy that begins to shift stuff. And it is really that simple sometimes. To just, you know what, it's not so bad. You know what, people aren't always so bad. Social media isn't just full of trolls. It's full of really good people. Because even with something as simple as a follow, it makes a difference to someone. And that means that you are leaving the world a little better than it was when you woke up. Which is neat. You know, it's neat to see that support. And part of what I want to do is to remind people that there is a lot of hard stuff in the world, but there's more good. We just don't hear about it, which means that each one of us have to do our part to make it. Sorry, I'm getting set up. Survival Steve, mwah, mwah, mwah. we're gonna just say at doot. So we're gonna, since you're muting because you're doing your stream. Oh, worries. Hugs. So, anyway, you know, and it is, we can choose. That's what Tuesday is about. We can choose. We can't choose what other people do. We can't choose what happens in the world, because I'm sure if we could, it would be a much nicer world. Because if really good people like us are choosing, we would be choosing well. We would choose that nobody had to be afraid. We would choose that, you know, everybody was treated with dignity and respect. We would choose that arguments would be settled by discussion and debate rather than, you know, hurting one another. But we don't have that choice. Pikachu, I choose you. Yes, the little lightning bolt thing. But I do like the what is the cat that's with Team Rocket. God, I am just blanking on the name of it. Someone in chat, I know you guys know. But anyway, I'm not so crazy about the basic form, but the evolved form is really pretty. So, Meowth. Yeah, that's it, Meowth. Meowth's evolved form is really cool. Which, I mean, why is it Meowth doesn't evolve? Supposedly it's because Meowth doesn't choose to evolve, which I think is very weird. But, hey, you know, Bulbasaur. Oh yes, Bulbasaur with the leaves. Bulbasaur is very cool. Squirtle is kind of cute too. But, you know, alright, Pokemon! When I was young, I was taught that the universe is a struggle between good and evil. I don't believe that anymore. I believe that the universe is a struggle between static and volatile forces of change. Exactly. Pikachu is the only one I ever remember. But no, Cujo, ding, ding, ding. Exactly. It is, because when I talk about light and shadow, it is not like shadow is evil and light is good. It's more of order versus that more chaotic nature. Now, keep in mind, we do need both halves, but we need them in balance. And, when one overrides the other, I mean, even when light overrides, frankly, I don't think that's a good thing, because we need that counterbalance, because what that does is it gives perspective. Each one gives perspective to the other. If everybody was absolutely nice, we would not understand, what that other side looked like. Therefore, we could not accept it. When we understand, we accept that within ourselves, that every single one of us carry that within ourselves. And when we can find balance with that, when we can find balance with both our sides, with actually all of our sides. I'm finished with it. Same word as... You know what? Osteria, I'm going to allow it. Technically, it's a scientific term. So, and, well, that is educational. Thank you for sharing that, Osteria. But yeah, it's that idea of it's not one or the other. It is being able to blend both and at the same time choose. Because at any given moment, in any given situation, we can choose how we're going to react. Somebody bumps into us in a grocery store. Immediately, there is choice. We can, turn around and lash out, or we can say, oh, make a joke of it, or, it's like, oh, okay, sorry, or, or accept their apology, or even if they don't apologize, just like, well, whatever, it happens. So the idea that in all things, there is the potential for choice. Now, is everybody able to make choice? No, they're not. And that doesn't make a bad person. It just means that they have a particular set of tools, and that's what they use. If people are, used to, being reactive and just like immediately lashing out, that's a tool that they've got. If all you have is a hammer, then all the world has to be a nail. Because, or at least all the world looks like a nail to you, because that's the only tool you've got. And being able to choose based on, what we have, what we know, and to say, you know what? How do I want to respond to this situation? And the biggest part of that is taking a breath. It's taking a pause. It's not being, just straight up reactive to something. It's allowing the mind to say, how do I want to respond to this? If somebody yells a racial slur at me, how do I want to respond? Am I responding from an instinct, you hurt me, so I'm going to hurt you? Or do I respond from that place of, wow, that person's got to be kind of messed up. I just pity that person, because they are so limited in their world that they have to do that. It's really an expression of self-loathing. We can go to either one of those, or there's a whole spectrum in between. It's like, yeah, screw you, or yeah, I have a nice day. But whatever it is that we choose to respond, that's our choice. And, the old, well, they made me, or, they started it. that was the thing, when I was growing up. It's like, well, yeah, they started it. It's like, yeah, we can choose to finish it, and we can choose how we finish it. We cannot choose how other people are going to treat us. We can treat people really, really well, and sometimes they still treat us badly. Okay. We didn't choose that. So that means we don't have to take that on. We don't have to spend the rest of the day going, man, why do they treat me that way? Why did they do this? What did I do? You know, did I do something? You know, old dusty mind. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you? I hope you're doing well. I hope you're having a good morning, afternoon, evening, or night. I hope that, you know, things are fun and fine for you. And we're talking about choice and how it is that even if we choose poorly, it's still choice. And there's still something we learned from it. And I mean, I don't know how many times I have seen, and thank you, JJ. Mwah. Hello, Crispy Bunny. See, JJ, I will not add that into the AKAs. That's that one is copyrighted to this particular person. So no, I will not call you Crispy Bunny. So, but it is, you know, we can either be offended, we can be understanding, or we can just dismiss it if somebody does something hurtful to us. And ultimately, you know, I've reached the point where I don't worry about it too much, because it's like, you know, anything that I would assume as to why they treated me the way they did is a story that I'm creating. It's not specifically the truth, because I don't know the truth. I don't know why they did that. I don't know why somebody would say that. And I can't spend my precious time, my precious, you know, life force and brain force to worry about that when there's so many. I could be busy thinking of wonderful things that I could be doing, or ways that I could be enjoying life, or cool things that I could be doing to interact with other people. How could I improve someone else's day? And just because somebody was harsh to me, that's not a free pass to start spreading that energy. It's a choice, and some people make it. And, you know, and have there been days when, you know, it's like, you know what? I am just going to go home. I'm going to play some video games. I'm going to turn off my phone because I'm fresh out of nice today. And I use that phrase with someone. It's like, you know what? I am fresh out of nice. So whatever it is you want to complain to me about, consider maybe tomorrow might be a better day. And they looked at me like, okay, this is so unlike you. So, yeah, we'll talk tomorrow. And, you know, sometimes giving people a heads up. It's like, you know, today's not the day. I can't today. And, oh, Lurk, much love. We'll catch you later on. Mwah! Much love to you too, sweetie. And I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. And just so happy. So, some days you just run spoons. You know what? I heard something about that thing about spoons, and God, all of a sudden my frames are dropping like exponentially. What the heck? The heck? Why? I weird. So, alrighty. Well, we'll continue until we can't. But, you know, it's like, okay, it seems to be holding. But, yeah, that was like really, really weird. All of a sudden, it's like, bam, 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 bam. Ah, what's it doing? Internet, stop, please. See, and I cannot choose. That happened to me yesterday. I had to restart OBS. Oh, so it might be an OBS thing. Ah, okay. Well, right now it's holding. It's not doing anything. So if I'm still okay, if you're still hearing me and seeing me, but it looks fixed, okay? That is, I mean, it's like there are a few things that will startle me as much lately as watching, it's like the frame rate drops to 0 and then all of a sudden they start climbing exponentially and I'm like, ah! I don't understand technology this much. But, oh, okay, it started going up again. But we will press on, and if it starts getting bad, then maybe I'll try restarting the OBS. It's like, come on, we got another half hour. JJ the Bunny! Thank you so much for the resub, JJ. While it's still working, let's get this in. JJ, thank you so much. Thank you. It is, I really appreciate that. Thank you, but it's what a long, strange trip it's been. And, and the frame drops are going up again. Okay, JJ guy, do you think I should try to restart OBS? Or I mean, that doesn't mean starting the stream, that just means, like, restarting the chat bot, right? I think? I don't know. But we will try. We will keep going. But it's been a lovely I can't believe I've known you for 6 months. That is so crazy. But anyway, yeah, there's lots of stuff in the world that we can't stop. That we can't. No, restarting OBS would mean restarting it. Let's not do that yet. Okay. All right. Okay, guys. Tech Bunny. Okay. New AKA Tech Bunny. Techie bunny, okay. But we'll let you can let me know. But the idea that we have, the ability to just adapt. We can adapt what it is that we're doing. Right, it looks like network issue. Yeah. I mean, it's really weird because I will have everything will be going like really good. And then all of a sudden it's like, the droppage isn't consistent. So probably a network internet thing. Well, we have had some major issues, over lately up here. We had where it was like 2 days, the internet was just gone. And then, it's like, okay, afterwards it seemed to be working fine. But the choice is to stop or keep going. And I choose to keep going because I really enjoy this. And it's like every once in a while it'll stop because, I mean, I can't see what's going on. I can't see what you guys are seeing. So woohoo! We just keep going because, why lose any time? Why lose any chances? Why lose out? So we're going to keep going. But just in case, it goes out before the end, which is something that I always want to remind people. And there's a really strong reason why I use this phrase at the end of every one of my streams, is that you are the only you in all the universe. You are the only you that has ever been and the only you that will ever be. And what that does is it makes you special, it makes you sacred, and it makes you necessary. Because without you, the only you, the universe would not be complete or the same. And I say that, and I mean it, because I want people to remember that they are the only them in the universe, that they should treat themselves. Choose to treat yourself like you are the only you in all of the universe. Choose to honor yourself for, yes, for the good things you've done and for the mistakes you've made, because the mistakes you made are part of why you're as wise as you are now. And yeah, it can be tough to accept those rough spots. It can be tough to love ourselves, warts and all, for our light and our shadow. And that is something we can choose to do. And by simply choosing to go, you know what, I'm not so bad. May have made some mistakes, but you know what, I'm not so bad. And then you build from there. You grow from there. You are able to say, you know what? Maybe I'm even better than not so bad. Maybe on an average day I'm not so bad, but you know what? Today I think I'm pretty damn good. And we move up from there. But it comes from choosing to accept ourselves as we are. Because once we can choose to accept ourselves as we are, we can choose to accept other people as they are. Giving other people permission to be themselves, whether we like them or not, starts with giving ourselves permission to be ourselves. You are good enough exactly as you are. You know, if you're a streamer, your stream is wonderful. Maybe your internet is not so great. Death Angel! Oh my gosh, everybody, welcome my nameless family, Death Angel. And let's see, what were you playing? Smite. Nice. Folks, go over, give a click to Death Angel, because, you know, it's like you want to know when Death Angel is streaming, because it is always LMFAO, Doc. I love you too, sweetie. It's so good to see you. And, you know, it's always so neat to see my nameless family stepping into the house, because, folks, you want to talk about a community that is nurturing, that is loving. There are references to the nameless family in here. Please check them out, because, you know, I mean, I honestly could not have done any of what I've done without the wonderful folks who have been there, who have supported me. JJ, who is amazing, and you know, and Papa Merritt, and all the folks who come in and who hang out, and especially my nameless family, because they are just so sweet and, you know, and supportive. Pish, Doc, you are amazing. Takes one to know one, honestly. And I mean, people talk about, you know, how I'm, you know, an eensy bit on the perky side, and I have a tendency to look like I'm having way too much caffeine, which, decaffeinated herbal tea. It is not the caffeine. Warlord Reiku! Yay, folks, welcome into the house, Warlord Reiku. Oh, my friend, good to see ya. Heck yeah! Tea. Herbal tea. This is Numi Rooibos. 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 And it is a South African tea that's got all kinds of, you know, stuff that's good for you. And so, nope, this is not caffeine. I do not amp up and then it's like, okay, let's do this. You know, it is just so nice. I mean, you know, we used to have a phrase, high on life. I have to check that out. It is a really good, let's see, Rooibos. Whoop. There we go. And it is from Numi. I have been hooked on mint tea lately. Oh my God, mint tea rocks. Mint tea is, I used to, you know, when I was young, I used to sometimes have tummy trouble. And so I would take mint tea and chamomile tea, and I would put the two bags in together. But, and to have fresh mint, it is the best in tea. And I mean, mint grows almost everywhere. So, you know, if you have a chance to grow like some mint at your house, mint is awesome for everything. And mint tea, fresh mint tea, it rocks. And yeah, you know, it's like having a nice cup of tea with friends. You know, it is awesome. Wait! Wait for what? Don't just plant mint. Oh, Death Angel is gonna drop some knowledge on us. Go ahead, go for it. Put it in a pot, please. Okay, well, mint can be quite enthusiastic about its growth. That is true. mint will take over a yard. So it is, see, look at that. Thank you, Death Angel. Thank you for that reminder. See, we help each other out. You know, dropping some serious good knowledge, good information. Mint grows everywhere. We'll take over and become mint hell. Yeah, that's almost like zucchini. Once upon a time, back in the olden days when I was married, my then husband decided that he was going to plant zucchini. I mean, you know, Sicilian family. So he was going to plant zucchini. And as anybody who has ever had fresh zucchini, you know it is awesome. But the problem with zucchini is that a little goes a very long way. And my then husband decided to plant because he said, well, you know, there's only a certain amount of zucchini that will grow. So assuming that a certain percentage, now his mind worked logically, assuming that a certain percentage of the plants would not grow, he should plant more plants so that way he would still have the net yield that he wanted. Which, I mean, it's like, okay, you know, it makes sense. He planted 24 zucchini plants. Now, anyone who has ever grown zucchini knows maybe you plant 5, 6 plants, maybe 8. He planted 24. Now, by some coincidence, that little attrition rate that he assumed for did not happen. In fact, it was the most prolific zucchini crop that I think has ever happened. And it reached the point where the zucchini was, 1, everywhere, and 2, we were like this close to leaving it in bags on our neighbors' porches and running away. That's a lot. I mean, you know, I learned so many ways to cook zucchini, and even then, we all got sick of it. People would invite us over and would specifically say, but do not bring zucchini. So it was like, okay. Now, that was a learning opportunity. Was it a bad choice? Well, shall we say it did not have the outcome that we were hoping for. But we heard you like zucchini, so we put zucchini in your zucchini. Oh yes, zucchini with stuffed with zucchini. And it was, and there was this one zucchini that was like this monster zucchini, as we, you know, because it's like you can only pick so much, but what you don't pick continues to grow. So by the time we finally finished with the crop, you know, we work our way back through the zucchini forest. There is a zucchini, I kid you not, it was like, it was bigger wide than my monitor. And it was like about like this big around. If my zucchini is not welcome, then I'm not welcome. Oh my God. It was, I mean, you know, it was like we had that with tomatoes. We made salsa. So much salsa. You know, it was, and that was one of those cases where it was a choice. It was a funny choice. And, you know, the next year it was like there will be no zucchini in the garden at all, ever again. But, you know, he was just so convinced that his theory on attrition and, well, you know, it's not all going to come out, so you have to make extra. It's like, no, we do not do that. But although fresh tomatoes ruined me for tomatoes. I was like a full-on, you know, like late teenager. And I actually had an actual tomato that wasn't like a store-bought tomato. And it ruined me for tomatoes for the rest of my life. It's like I always kept the amazing taste of that tomato in my head. And so anytime it's like, okay, we buy tomatoes from the store, but it's not the same. So yes, homegrown tomatoes, but I can see how having too many of them can be a problem. But, you know, it's choice. And we learn best when something has gotten mucked up. You know, if it's I love fresh tomatoes. We eat them like apples. Oh my gosh. It was, and then you get those nice big beefsteak tomatoes. Oh, tomatoes are great. Now, okay, doctor moment. If you have an issue with inflammation, if you have like an inflammatory arthritis, or if you have conditions that are, very reactive and have a tendency towards inflammation, make sure that you, dial back that tomato consumption as well as other nightshades. And you can Google up lists of nightshades. But, it's, I've known people, and there are some people who will actually, their skin breaks out. I had a friend who bit into a tomato and actually it blistered. So if people, when I was little, we put sugar on tomato slices. Ooh, that would be interesting. But yeah, oh yeah, there's no comparing fresh versus getting it from the store. Oh, I know. And, store is convenient, and still, there's something about growing your own food. If you've never tried it, and it could be anything. Maybe not so much zucchini, but try growing something. Whether it's mint in a pot, or whether it's, plant a small fruit tree, or, like a berry bush, or, or just grow something and have that. And see the difference in how that tastes, how you feel when you have it. Papa Merritt in the house, and we shout out Papa Merritt, who is awesome, who is amazing. Okay, reminds me of the time when we put to fishing nets in the winter, and the winter sea had extra low oxygen under the ice, so a few perch herds came to those nets and ended up resulting in 500 to 600 kilograms of perch. A kilogram is 2.2 pounds, so over 1,000 pounds of fish. It took 6 hours in minus 20 degrees Fahrenheit. Pull all the nets in, then took overnight to go give them free to people's doors. First off, awesome of you. That is so cool that you did that. That is majorly cool. But oh God, that's a lot of fish. That is a lot of fish. I am definitely coming to Finland. I'm sorry, I am definitely coming to Finland. I mean, I just have to. I must. I will. That's decided. The yellow tomatoes have less acid in them and are easier on your stomach. Yeah. I'm in my testing room till lunch. I'll shoot you a text on Discord and we can talk after I get out of school. Yeah, I've got, I should be out of, I should be done with work probably around, around maybe 4 o'clock this afternoon. I've got to double check my schedule. But, have a good stream. Enjoy what this lady says, everyone. Mwah. Papa, we will be chatting later. But, it's so nice of you to stop by. Thank you. But I'm still tripping off that fish. Because, oh my God, I love fish. I love fish so much. But I'm not good at cooking it. I mean, maybe we'll just have one stream where people can give me suggestions on how to cook fish. Because I love eating fish. And especially barbecued fish. Oh my God, barbecue fish is like the best, or deep fried. With that much fish, time for a good old Friday fish fry. Salmon. Oh my gosh. Okay, I have a friend who has someone who comes and cleans their house. The lady's husband works at a sushi restaurant. And because, they only use certain parts of the salmon for sushi. But they leave most of the salmon. And so this lady, the lady who cleans the house, brings over the salmon that they didn't use. And so she has a ton of salmon. So she gives me salmon. So I'm working on learning how to cook salmon. But yeah, it's okay, lots of pieces of salmon. But it is, fish is the best. Fish is absolutely the best. And fried fish. I love fried fish. I love broiled fish. But I just never, I feel like either I'm just under or I overcook it. And if there was some really good way to know exactly when, I mean, because I go very left brain when it comes to cooking. I want to know. It's like, well, you know, you just give it about 10, 15 minutes. No, I want you to tell me you need 13 minutes, 30 seconds. You know, I need that because I'm not a good cook. I mean, I'm an okay cook. Some fish are finicky to cook. Oh, yeah. I mean, because some are like more meaty than others. And, you know, it's like, what was it? They said if it's, you know, it's like 10 minutes per inch of fish. And I never understood that. So, you know, it is, but it is so good. And it's really good for you. And why are my glasses all foggy? Goodness sakes. Ah! See, these are not my regular glasses. These are my, you know, once you reach a certain age, it's obligatory that you never know where all of your reading glasses are. That's why I buy them in multi-packs. Okay, well, that's a little better. Ask my grandma. She is like 6 minutes on this side, then 8 on the other. Okay, that's particular. I like the smoked or salted. Oh, smoked fish is awesome. And, you know, and yeah, because I've seen it's like where they pack the fish in salt and cook it like with a salty crust. I'm telling you, I plan on traveling all kinds of places just so I can try the food. Now, you know, because my relationship with food has changed, it's now not, I don't, you know, live to eat, you know, it's like, you know, no, I like tasting things. I always love going to places and I want to taste, you know, what it is that place has to offer. Because honestly, I prefer my crustaceans over standard fish, but I like it all. Oh, yeah. Here we like to just pack on salt and the next day take it off and eat. Ooh, that sounds cool. But, oh, my God, crustaceans. Oh, I'm telling you, you know, that's one of the reasons why I loved living in Louisiana. Because, you know, you get the soft shell crab, you get the, you know, the big crabs, you get crawfish. I do love crustaceans. I love shellfish. I mean, I'm telling you, if I just had to eat stuff like out of the ocean. Bad side is that fish can have quite much parasites. Exactly. I mean, and also, you know, there's a lot of them that are, you know, it's like hormones and antibiotics used with them. And, you know, it's not just catch a fish, eat a fish. It's, you know, catch a fish, then go read the report on whether or not you can eat it. And there's a lot of areas here in California where you can fish, but they will flat out say, do not eat the fish that you catch here, which is heartbreaking. Because, yeah, you have to worry about parasites, you have to worry about chemicals, you know, fish, because of pollutants, there are fish that end up with, you know, like toxins that build up in them. And, you know, it really is. It's heartbreaking because it's like, but it's so good. Yeah, I've heard in the U.S. there's quite much bad water, like too polluted. Sadly, it's true. I mean, you know, in most areas, you cannot eat the fish you catch. And even, you know, like for ocean fishing, and I do like fishing. I mean, I fish more than I actually catch. I do not catch anywhere near as much as I fish, but it's still fun. But yeah, you know, even with ocean fishing in some areas, you know, they say it's like, nope, you can't eat this. So it is. It's very bad. You know, a lot of our lakes, a lot of our rivers, and, you know, for the people who grew up just, you know, going out and fishing, you know, it's rough. Hey, yeah, don't eat the fish in the Flint River unless you've got death wish. Yeah. Here, almost all water bodies are safe, but what are not are deadly because of heavy metals. Yes, that is a major issue. And, you know, here in California, because, you know, Silicon Valley, we've got a lot of technology, and a lot of technology has a lot of very toxic byproducts. And often those end up in the water system, which is bad. But yeah, you know, it is. Yeah, you know, Flint River, I don't think, you know, I would be eating anything that I caught near there. But, you know, it is, there are still opportunities. There are still places that we can fish, and you know, it's like, because my whole thing is like, you know, I would love when, you know, I'm doing my RV adventure, that is totally happening, is to, you know, park my RV near a place and, you know, catch stuff and eat what I catch, you know. And I remember as a kid, we used to be able to, you know, go to campsites, and, you know, there'd be like multi-families that would go to campsites, and we'd all fish, and then, you know, we'd cook up what it was that we caught that day. I mean, granted, we never had a catch like Osteria did. Here, a good way to see what lake or river is safe is to look at the plants living in the shores. If not, might mean something. Very good call. Very, very good call. You know, if you look at, you know, what it is, what is going on around it, what is being affected by, you know, that place. And, you know, we can choose to, you know, just give up and say, oh, well, I guess we'll never have fish again. Or we can choose to, you know, see what we can do to help and, you know, to support programs that are, you know, that take care of the environment and that improve things. And, you know, it's like the big thing out here is desalinization plants, where, you know, they take like salt water and, you know, convert it to fresh water. So, you know, there's a lot that can be done. And we can either choose to say, you know what, we give up. We just give up. It's just going to be bad, you know. Sorry, grandkids, you know, you'll just have to hear about things like fishing and stories. Or we can choose, even if it's in a small way, to support things that will help. Because I do believe we can help. I do believe we can turn things around. I do believe that we can make it better. And, you know, sometimes making things better just starts off with a belief. It starts by choosing. And it starts by choosing to tell yourself a better story. Because, I mean, how we perceive the world around us is kind of the story we create. We create it based on our life experience. We create it based on the information we have. So if we have to make up a story, why not make up a good one? Well, got a meeting. Talk to you later. Well, we are at that time anyway. So, JJ, enjoy your meeting. I hope it's productive. And thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you for choosing to hang out here with this old boomer lady who lives on a mountain in the woods. Thank you for all you do. Thank you for all of the good vibes that you bring into the world. Thank you for changing the world in a positive way. And just by being here and sharing the stuff that you share, you make the world a better place than it was when you woke up this morning. And for that, thank you. So, that's going to be our time for today. And let's see who we can get this. And it's funny because I mentioned the song Love Train. And somebody said that they put it into, they got like a little 20-second clip of it. Take care. Mwah. Take care, you too, Osteria. One day, I will be in Finland one day. May not be tomorrow, but one day. So, anybody who has not heard the song Love Train, please go check it out. It is, you know, it's about optimism. It's about the fact that all across the world, you know, people all over the world join hands, start a love train. And it's about, you know, our, you know, all of our family everywhere in the world, because we are a big family. We're the human race. We're the human family. And it talks about that optimism. And yes, the 70s were full of stuff that most people would find cringe and all of that. But hey, I'm old. Cringe is a part of my thing. You know, when you reach a certain age, cringe is just kind of something we get to do. So, let us see. Who would we like to go and surprise? Oh, you know what? Let's see. Who have we got here? We've got we've got Speedy Pig. Now, Speedy Pig only has one person in. So, you know, if you can come along, if you want to come and hang out, you know, and you know, at least check in for a raid, that would be awesome. And if you've got to go, then, you know, that's cool too. But we're going to see if we can improve Speedy Pig's day. Speedy. And I like to kind of go in, and if I'm going to do a raid on, you know, on somebody who doesn't have a whole lot of people in, because there really is something cool about, you know, having a raid come in when, you know, it's like, you know, I mean, you try to ignore the numbers, but it's kind of hard, you know, to sometimes. But, you know, we're gonna go in and stop by and at least say good morning. So if you can come along, great. If you have to go, then, you know, have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, or night. Take care. I love you. And as always, I wish you balance and I wish you blessings. From my heart to yours. Love you. And we'll see you tomorrow. Oh, and remember, oh yeah, tomorrow, 9 a.m., Thursday, 10 a.m. So, bye.